Hey, B. Listen, we're back for us to talk about Love Island USA because this is the first episode for Casa Amor. Casa Amor went down tonight, and I have to hear you guys' thoughts about it. Um, I don't think I was as excited. I've been looking forward to this moment of Casa Amor, and then now that we get to Casa Amor, for some reason I'm not blown away just yet. I don't know what it is, but it's like, oh, okay, Casa Amor here. Oh, okay then. Yikes. But we're going to get into it. Let me say this too. I feel like I just don't like this cast anymore. I feel like that's what it is. Or shall I say, I have more dislikes than I have likes of the cast. You know? And if I had to vote today, the person I would vote for ain't even been in the villa. When I tell y'all, when it comes to favorite girl in the villa, it's giving Andrina, and she just got there. It's giving Andrina, and she just fucking got there, girl. Okay. And it's really because she has no ties and no connection to the other guys in the villa. And part of why the girls are dropping on my list is because of the connection back. Y'all know Olandria was up here for me. The fact that she's talking and she's like, I just miss my man. And it's like, girl, that's not your man. Number one. Because I'm like, does Taylor know this? Is Taylor familiar with this? Is he a part of the relationship? Because what man is you talking about? Like that right there, I can't vote for her in the finals, okay? Like her down, like her, okay? As a person, as a woman, if you gonna be with Taylor and get into the finals, not get my vote. I'm not coming up off Huda. Y'all do what y'all gonna do with that. Not getting my vote. Chelley, if she's teamed up with Ace, not getting my vote. Sierra, if you're teamed up with Nick, not getting my vote. Amaya, if you find somebody else, you might get my vote. Okay, because I felt really bad for Amaya this episode. And I was like, dang, my girl just can't catch a damn break. Like, what the hell? You know, and I really hate how people are making her feel in the villa like she just too much, too much. Hell, you would think that she was over there showing her it's like Huda. Now she did a slight crash out. Okay, when she tried to snap on Shelly that one time and we had to get her together, just like who you talking to? You can't be mad at Shelly because Ace tried to tell you what his boundaries was. Your problem is with Ace and not with Shelly. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you didn't go that far. You know what I'm saying? And your crash out didn't last a long periodically time. Okay. So she would be up there and Andrina would be up there for me. And Andrina I don't even know what she finna bring yet. I don't even know what she finna do. So if I had to choose an islander that's been in there for a minute, I probably would vote for Amaya. Okay, the L's my girl been taken in the village, she deserved to win. Okay, that's how I'm feeling in this moment. Now, granted, you know, from show to show, episode to episode, situation to situation, it may change, but that's how I'm feeling in this moment. Okay, let's go. So this is the night, or it's still the same night that Jeremiah and Hannah have left the villa. Now, people had highlighted this. I saw this online, and I brought to you all's attention last night when I said that I was like, you know, we usually see the deliberations, but for some reason, they did not show us the deliberations. So then I'm like, are y'all potentially going to bring Jeremiah back? I don't know if they are or not. I hope that they do. But are y'all going to bring Jeremiah back and then he'll be there for movie night so that he can hear what the deliberations and what it is the guys had to say in the effort to get him the fuck out of the house? Is what I'm wondering. Or maybe they felt like it wasn't important and they're just choosing to do some different type of editing style. But they never not show us the conversations that are happening amongst the islanders when they're making a decision of who to kick off. So it's like, huh? That was interesting. Plus, and y'all let me know, I have not seen a post just yet. I feel like it's been when Jeremiah got dumped. We'll see. If Jeremiah not out by the end of this week, posting or something, BIT, I'm going to believe that Jeremiah is still on the villa somewhere. He's still on the island somewhere. That's what I'm going to believe. But let's keep going. So Amaya says that she is sad that Hannah went home, but she's glad to still be there. And Iris tells the girls, you know, thank you too, because y'all don't really know me. Y'all know them longer than you know me, and you gave me the grace, and I appreciate that, right? And Ace asked Shelly why they chose Hannah. So she says that, you know, Shelly says that they haven't really explored when it comes to Hannah and Pepe. They haven't gotten out here and got to know other people. They really just stayed focused and in on each other. And I'm like, how do you say that she hasn't explored when the person that she was exploring, them motherfuckers, y'all sent them home already? Y'all, Charlie's already gone home. So how would you say that Hannah and you got me taking off for Hannah, and I don't too much care for Hannah, and Slick don't care if she's there or not, for real. Glad she gone just a little bit. But my thing is, how do you say that she hasn't really explored when her exploring Pepe is the reason America voted her into the coupling that she's in or she was in? So that logic don't even make no damn sense. And it gives to me that hell Ace probably about got to y'all the same way, because y'all are letting his thoughts lead the damn villa, and to y'all the person's supposed to be open to exploring, and she's the one that's showing that she's not actually. Even though Hannah is in that connection with Pepe, she's still open to exploring more people. So what was the real reason y'all got rid of Hannah? It was something else. I feel like Hannah, they ain't really like you like that for real, or they ain't like you like that for real, Hannah. Anywho, TJ asked why they got rid of Jeremiah, and Taylor says, we really thought that he was just gonna be repeating the same thing that he did with Huda. You know what I'm saying? So they was just questioning if he was the problem versus Huda being the problem, because they thought that he was gonna be repeating the same steps. Well, damn, if he was gonna repeat the same steps that he did with Huda, y'all didn't even give it a chance to let this play out to see if that was going to happen. Y'all made an assumption that he was going to repeat those same steps that he did with Huda. Child, that ain't that something? So he says they were looking out for the best, I guess his best interest or whatever, and he didn't want to see it. Boy, stop. Boy, stop. You don't even look out for your own interests. For real, for real. You really don't. You always go to Ace for everything. So I refuse to believe that you was looking out when it came to Jeremiah. Talking about, so we started to see, whether he was the problem or more than she was. They both were a problem, period. They both were a problem in that coupling. Okay, they were talking about husband, wife, kids, all of this extra shit. And I say Jeremiah was a problem because he wasn't telling her how he honestly feel. Slow down, little mama. Because it wasn't until Olandria had the conversation because that made more sense why Huda said, what did Huda say? She was like, my husband would never. And we like, girl, how you get there? That's because they've had those conversations. And I feel like Jeremiah just went along with it instead of telling her the honest thoughts. Like, I'm too young to be thinking about all of that stuff. And you knew that. That right there, hearing that also is another indicator as to why he won't want to be with her outside of this villa, because she is a child. And he's not going to want to take on responsibility for his own children, let alone hers. And not that he don't want to take the responsibility of his own kids. He's not ready for his own children, is what I'm trying to say, let alone be ready for somebody's child that's not his. So with that being said, we should have known it wasn't going to last with him and her. But, child, whatever. Let's see. I just feel like they both were the problem ultimately, but I also feel like Huda took it too damn far. Because if he would have did that same SHI, he would have been gone that day. Okay, so as quick as that guy Yulissa out, Jeremiah would have been getting the hell up out of there. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, true. I know there are two different type of contexts, two different words when you're using the N word versus the B word at somebody, right? But the same way y'all got Yulissa the hell up out of there for things that she said years ago, y'all should have got Huda ass the fuck up out of there for calling him a pussy ass. BITCH. Because in all honesty, I feel like Huda was teetering the lines of saying, to be honest with you, you pussy. She was, but she also knew Alandria was probably gonna dig in that ass if she did. She was around too many others. She had to catch herself. Okay. And also she had in the back of her mind the reason Yulissa went home. So she knows she couldn't say that. And she had to just say BITCH. But okay. Okay, y'all giving her the redemption edit. Anywho, so Nick says now that Nick didn't want to talk about it no more. At this point, Nick is at a place where, listen, I don't want to talk about it. Okay, I want us to just kind of like, listen, now that he gone and Hannah gone, I think you just gotta take the time to reflect. And we can't keep living in the past and focusing on that like he gone now. When I tell you, this is why Jeremiah needs to return, even if he's not even gonna stay on the villa for a long time. I just need him to return after collecting the data that he's collected to see how fake as hell Nick is. Then shed not one tear, then give not one fuck, and was ready to forget about your Saki type shit, like y'all say, type shit, ready to forget about you type shit. Okay. Um, I felt like Nick personally didn't want to talk about it because he knew his ex was foul. He knew all of them were foul as hell for the reason as to why they kicked that boy out. So then Pepe says he would have been very happy with Hannah and Huda switching places. How is it that everybody in the villa is on the same page once upon a time? But when the producers literally gave y'all the opportunity to choose, all you motherfuckers walked over there and stood behind Huda. All because, like, granted, I understand some people wanted to have loyalty, but some of you niggas that was talking a lot of SHI, why would you not stand behind Jalen? And Jalen really wasn't any fear for real, for Taylor, because Olandria was clear in the sense that she wasn't interested in Jalen. So he wasn't gonna be that much of competition for real, for Taylor. So what's the real reason y'all stood behind Huda? I don't know, but okay. So let's see. Ace says they were confused on why they didn't choose. He said, I was confused on why y'all didn't choose Amaya. And then Shelly says, well, she's been trying. Like, she's been trying to make her connections, and, things just ain't been working out for her or whatever, and because Hannah wasn't really open to exploring anybody else outside of Pepe, that's kind of why we decided to go ahead and, just let her go. What? And I feel like this, when Ace was asking her about Amaya and why Amaya did not leave, I feel like Ace wants all the people out that he don't like. I don't feel like Ace likes Amaya, especially after Amaya snapped on him. I think he stays clear of her, right? And he didn't like Jeremiah because Jeremiah, in my opinion, wasn't willing to be one of them damn minions. And I also do believe now, the more that I reflect, I do feel like Ace was jealous of that boy. Yes. It was definitely giving jealousy, and you also was mad as hell that he wasn't trying to be your minion or listen to you. Because first of all, who the fuck told you that you the fucking captain in the villa? That's what's crazy to me. Who the fuck told you that you are the captain of this villa? Everybody got their own experiences in this villa, and I feel like a lot of it is everybody has their own stuff, right? Everybody has their own experience. But as far as how somebody's moving about in the villa, they're not exploring. Let us do that. Let us drag them for that. Let us chew them up for that. Maybe say that one time or whatever the case, and then just let's move on. Okay? But that's y'all reasoning. And it wasn't even that y'all felt like he wasn't exploring, because the guy was exploring, so y'all couldn't use that excuse. The excuse ended up being we felt like he was going to repeat the same steps when it came to Huda. And you thought he was going to be the one bringing y'all more drama in the villa? Child, y'all should be able to tell how Andrina shows up, her presence, and shit, and Huda's presence are two different things. But anywho, we shall see. So Austin is so grateful to the men. Okay, he's so grateful to the Ace and the Ace minions, for saving him. The very ones that you were sitting over there talking shit about. Yeah, and it's crazy. And another reason why I really hate that it played out like this too is because it gave those three a leg up to feel. And it's so crazy because you know how we had PPG that was, to me, giving a little bit of in charge of the girls. I feel like that's what's going on with them, and I feel like they got more power type thing, like type shit. It's something about it. I don't like it. Like they really in charge. Like, we control how this is gonna play out, or what's gonna happen, or what's gonna go down in our villa or whatever. And it's like, ugh. Anywho, so Sierra and Nick talk, and she discussed their conversation about how he wasn't trying to close things off, and then says that that night, you kind of rolled over. You wasn't really talking to me. You was in a little mood or whatever. And she says, listen, I just think we have different definitions of being open. That was a problem for me. I didn't like that. Okay. She says, I felt like maybe I needed to back the hell up off you, give you a little bit of space. Okay. Maybe I went about this entire thing wrong from the beginning. So, yeah, I had to reevaluate my options in this situation. Right. So then he says that's not what he was trying to say or what he was trying to do. To get her to like separate herself from him, or give him space. He says that he does see a future in them, and says it's on the way to being not open. It's on its way to being closed, is what he says. Just not right now. He says he doesn't want her to think that because he doesn't want to close things off right now, that he wants to discredit everything that they've experienced together and all of that. Right. So he says that he has missed her, in the bed with him, rubbing on his back and all this other stuff. And she said, well, I needed to do something to withdraw so you could miss me. Right. And he lets her know, listen, I am invested in this. That's what he says. So I don't know, whatever it was that he said, it was enough for Sierra to be all happy, turn her lips up a little piece, curl her lips, give him a kiss, sit on his lap and stuff. So she's very much so happy with whatever Nick told her. I said, girl, she done fell right back into the trap. And it's really unfortunate because I just don't see, I don't, nobody, I just know that Nick, Ace, and Taylor and Austin better not win this show. And it sucks for the old school girls because if y'all are attached to any of them men, y'all not getting. I'm hoping we're all on a united front with that they're not going to be getting the votes. I'm sorry. Sorry. So Amaya, she's extremely emotional, right? She don't seem to be having that great of a time in the villa. Because she ain't got nobody, right? And the one person she thought she had felt like she was doing too much, right? So Amaya doesn't feel deserving because she didn't have a connection for real, and she felt like maybe Hannah should be here and not her, but she is still grateful. But also with this experience, she ain't got nobody. She's still single. So Ace tells Pepe he doesn't think Hannah should have been the one to go home. Why? Why should Hannah have not gone home? Because when you talk to Chelley, Chelley told you the reason why they put Hannah out. And guess what? It was the same exact reason as to why y'all said y'all put old boy out. He's about to repeat the same thing with Huda. He not really exploring. Yeah. So I find that to be very funny that the same excuse that y'all used for Jeremiah, she used for Hannah, but you still feeling like Hannah was the wrong one to have sent home. Well, based on your logic, it sounds like she should have been sent home. Anywho, but that was the moment for me that confirmed that you were indeed jealous of Jeremiah. And that's just what that is for me. Okay. I feel like y'all were jealous because he was the most desirable out of the group, right? So whenever a girl may come in and say, "Oh, I'm interested in these three people or these two, Ace and Jeremiah, or Jeremiah and Nick, or all three of them," they still gravitate over to Jeremiah. So it got to be something affecting your ego, but I don't want none of them to win the show. So Ace asked Austin if he told Amaya how he really feels, and he says no because I don't want to crush her, and there are times, that I really fuck with her. I really like her sometimes. So, like, I don't know. Like, yeah, shut the hell up with your fake ass. So then they get a text and it's time to pucker up. So the boys are blindfolded. They're put on headphones and stuff, and they're standing up there dancing. When I tell y'all, Taylor looks so weird dancing. I mean, it don't give grown men. It's just, I don't, it's just, girl, stop it. Just stop dancing, Scarecrow. Just stop. Okay. Just stand there. Okay, but I guess you have to dance so the crows don't come down and get the chewing on your. Anywho, so Ariana walks in and she surprises the girls with Casa Amor, and Olandria, she didn't seem like she wanted to leave. I don't know if it's that she didn't want to leave or she didn't understand what was going on because I feel like her excitement was a bit delayed. So maybe she didn't know what Casa Amor was, or maybe she still wanted to stay over there with Taylor and wonder, like, if we go over there, then what's gonna happen with Taylor? Maybe if you felt that way, I don't know. Some part of me is like, if you were so concerned about Taylor as you're leaving, I mean, it ain't that secure. Let's keep going. The boys get new ladies. Grayson comes in. She's 25 years of age and she's a model and she wants Nick, right? And Clark, she's 24. She's a former cheerleader and a peer mentor, and she has her eyes on a few guys, she says. Vanna comes in and she's 21 and she's a brand ambassador like Huda, and she wants a man obsessed with her. Like Huda, she wants a man obsessed with her. And she's interested in Ace. Okay. I think Banna's a cute girl, but the people say that she's obsessed with fillers and they need her to ease back. Now, I did not say that. That is what the people are saying. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Now, Coco is 24. Okay. And she's a hair and a makeup artist. All right. She's coming with a lot of personality, I feel. But she didn't tell us at that time who she was interested in. So Jaden, she's 25 and she's a corporate investigator. So shout out to her. And we didn't get who she was interested in either. So when the ladies are all there, it's time to play a game. They have to go down the line and kiss all of the guys. And once they kiss all of the guys will rate their kisses. Now keep in mind, the guys do not know that these are the not the bombshells, but the Casa Amor girls that they are kissing. Okay. So Pepe pretty much gave everybody tens. Okay. Pepe was like, listen, I'm just glad to be here. I ain't trying to get voted off no time soon. I ain't trying to put y'all in a low. No, everybody 10, 10, 10. Shawty was a 10, a 10. Shawty was a 10, a 10. Like just everybody tens across the boards. Tens, tens. Okay, because he's not trying to go home. So he wanted to play nice. Okay. Grayson ends up get her kiss with TJ was so off. So when TJ said that it was off rhythm, I said, you are so right. I was like, are y'all catching the flow? Like, what's happening here? All right. And that was pretty much that. You know, she kissed Nick and some other folks or whatever. When she kissed Austin, of course, Austin, he gotta pick her up, gotta pick that one leg up, wanna pick the ladies up. Okay, because that's what that height is for, showing what they're working with, child. Anywho, Clark, when he kissed her, he tried to pick her up, or at least he picked up one of her legs too. I'm like, you just stay trying. That's all you got to offer, huh? Picking them up. Anywho, so the guys for the most part really enjoyed her kiss, but Austin gave her a 4.6. I can't remember why. I feel like she kissed all over his body, but she didn't kiss his lips. So I think he felt the way about that. I can't remember. But Jaden, I felt like when Jaden was kissing, I felt like Ace to me knew it was the Casa Amor girls. Right? It was something that he was saying, like she came in here. I'm like, what you mean came in here? Came in here like you knew people were coming. Did you hear their heels click clacking? I wouldn't be surprised. Like we don't hear those sound effects, but did you hear that? Even though you had the headphones on, were you hearing stuff? And then we tilted his head back. I'm like, can you see under the blindfolds or something? Anywho, the guys for the most part liked her kiss. Nick gave her a 5. Don't remember why. Coco, her kisses were pretty good. When she got to Austin, Austin gave her a 2. Taylor annoyed the hell out of me because it seemed like whatever Ace said, he mimicked whatever Ace said. I'm a mimic Ace. I said, good. I'm glad you saying it out loud, motherfucker, because that's what I had been thinking you was doing anyway. You mimic everything Ace do. I'm looking forward to seeing when your boy is out the villa or when your ass is out. Okay. We need to get a few more votes in here. So let me find my place. Okay. Hold on. My thing is not working. Hold on one second, y'all. Now it's time for Ace to kiss Vanna. And Vanna, he grabs all of her arse and everything. I think Vanna liked that because she did kind of come in saying how she thought Ace was so funny and she wants to go after him and see if there's a connection or whatever. So, yeah. So, yeah, I feel like she kissed the hell out of Ace and she kissed the hell out of Nick. All right. I felt also like this. Be careful, ladies, with the guys that you choose, okay? Because I hope that you're definitely coming into the show hoping to find love because you won't be winning with them. It's for real. So then Jaden chose Austin. When it came down to it, okay, after all the kisses were done, everybody revealed, what the numbers were, whatever. The guys take the blindfolds off, they see the ladies. I feel like they weren't as wild, but they acted wild, whatever. Jaden chose Austin. Grayson chose Pepe. Vanna chose Ace. Coco and Clark stand next to Taylor. And I was shook because I said, wait, both of you just standing next to Taylor? Are y'all okay? Are y'all okay? Are y'all giving sick in the head? Like, is you just okay? All right, I guess. So they ended up standing next to him. Ultimately, he does end up going with Coco, and Clark ends up going with Nick. Okay. TJ didn't have nobody. TJ was looking real embarrassed. Jaden says Austin is funny and genuine and sweet. I said, girl, bye. Bye. Okay. Um, I felt like, yeah, it that don't matter. Let's keep going. So I felt like when it came down to Nick and TJ, I probably would have chose TJ in a heartbeat. But you know, everybody's different. TJ is told, listen, you vulnerable and you single. Okay, so listen, you got 24 hours to make a connection, or you got to get the hell up out of here. So then, my question is, if that's the same thing over in Casa Amor, because Ariana told them that the ladies, it sounds like everybody's going to be coming back from Casa Amor, kind of like what they did damn near last year, right? Everybody is going to be coming back. The people that they had over there, they're going to come and meet these connections that you've been over here making for the past week or so, right? So, or the past few days. Um, so I wonder how that's gonna happen. I mean, Casa More usually lasts a few days. So are y'all gonna be eliminating people during the time of Casa? That's not typical. But see, this is the other thing too that's interesting. It's an uneven number of women and men on both sides, right? So with that being said, if TJ doesn't make a connection, then he's vulnerable. Everybody's single, right? So if he doesn't make a connection and somebody else, y'all, we might be able to get Austin out. TJ might be able to make a connection with someone else. We shall see. But we might be able to get Austin out because if Jaden is feeling Nick and she's talking to Nick, she may couple up with Nick, and therefore, who's going to be coupling up with Austin? And we might be able to get Austin out in Casa Amor. Um, and we shall see. Like that'd be crazy. You know what'd be crazy though? If one of the main girls, and if somebody were to leave, I could see it being Iris. I think Iris may have found her match, but I can't see Amaya leaving potentially or Olandria leaving. That would be insane if they had that recoupling night in Casa Amor, and in Casa Amor, two people. I mean, what I'm thinking is, what would be crazy is if a person that was coupled up with somebody that they actually liked in Casa Amor ended up being sent home because they did not connect with somebody in Casa Amor. So when everybody comes back, you're looking for your person only to realize that your person ain't there because they it's got eliminated. And they didn't even get to tell you bye. Like, girl, that's crazy. Let's keep going. So the guys get to know the ladies. Jaden asked if anyone was closed off. Everyone says no. Ace says, well, I'll be the first to say that I do have a strong connection with Chelley, but he is open to exploring. So Nick says that he had a strong connection. They said, whoa, hey, he was, I mean, I have a strong connection with Sierra. Then covered, he fixes that. He says he just wants to focus on where he is now. That's one thing about Nick. Nick, I always want to focus on being in the moment, in a sense. I don't want to focus about, us letting Jeremiah go. I don't want to focus about the conversation that I just had with old girl that's now over there in Casa More getting to know somebody. I want to, spend some time with every single one of you ladies. I don't want to focus on the fact that I just fucked on this girl the night before, even though it lasted for 30 seconds or less. I want to focus on all that. Like I can't. They just don't need to be in the top three at all. So Nick is really feeling Jaden though, so he's gonna try to snatch her up. Taylor holding hands with Coco already. I'm like, damn, I feel like you giving her more than you even give Olandria. You're smiling more. You're giving her eye contact. You're holding her hands and shit. This boy even sitting up there talking to this girl and asked her what her last name is. She asked him, and then he said, oh, Coco Williams sound good, don't it? Yeah, that sound good. Like, and it's like he's doing the type of flirting we've never seen him do with Olandria, and he's not attracted to Olandria. Why she's stuck on Taylor? Taylor's not attracted to you, baby. He's just not. I think you have grown on him, and he may like you now. But no, I think he's more interested in the Casa Amor girl. And if he sticks with you, it's not because he likes you. In my personal, it's because he probably gonna need you to make it all the way to the end. That's what I'm thinking. And that's just that. And then when he get out the villa, he gonna be looking out for reaching out to Coco. And you need to be reaching out to Jalen. So Austin may have found a match with Jaden. And now that's what I was thinking at the time, but clearly maybe not. But Nick is coming for her. Austin smiled so hard with this girl. I mean, he was smiling so damn hard, laughing, talking. They both got the inside, the lip tatted and all this and that. And some part of me wanted to be like, oh, well, good for Austin, right? The same way I would be for Amaya. But at the same time, Austin. Okay. Period. So then Taylor and Coco. So yeah, that's when he asked her, where she see herself in 5 years. I said, boy, where do you see yourself in 5 years? People love asking that damn question. BIT, I'm just trying to survive before this damn war gets started, and you asking me about some goddamn 5 years from alive? Alive. Where do you see yourself 5 years? Alive, doing well, healthy, healthy, wealthy. Okay. Where do you see yourself? Damn. So he asking her last name, all of that. We got into it. Casa Amor girls. So we meet two guys. Okay, we're over there with the not Casa Amor girls, but the girls from the villa. So Elon, we meet him, yeah, I think it's Elon. He's 24. He's a tech consultant. All right, he wants Sierra, and I said I like that because you giving her type. Period. So then Brian, he's 28, a financial accountant, a real estate I guess investor agent, whatever. He's involved in real estate, and he also does bartending. All right, he said he loves his Dominicans. Okay, so he is Dominican, I believe, and he's coming for Andrina. All right. Zach and Zach, you got Zach with a K and Zach with a C. Zach with a K is 29 and he's the international model. But when it comes to Zach with the C, I don't even know what he do because they didn't even have him tell us what he does. So I'm inclined to believe that Zach, you either have a very, very important job or your ass ain't got no job at all. Hello? All right. And but we do know that he lives in Arizona. And he also, I don't really know who he was interested in either. But let's keep going. The final two guys we meet are JD, who's 23. He says he's an athlete, but okay. He says that he's a ladies magnet. Okay, it seemed like the ladies magnet tonight was more so Chris than it was you. So Chris, 27, he's a professional basketball player, and he says that he's very picky. And I'm like, when I hear that, I feel like you might have a piece of boy in you. So we shall see. However, don't get no bigger than a fuck boy as ace. So with that being said, Chelley, explore. Please, okay. JD says he likes a calm girl with spice. The guys already all in on Andrina, but of course you have Brian. I think that's his name. They kind of like make dibs for her first, in a sense. Like I'm waiting for her to come in. Like I'm trying to get at her, right? So cool. Huda feels like this is her time to shine and she's ready to go. So we shall see how that's going to play out for Miss Huda. All right, so Zach with a K asks who's in a relationship, okay? Because the girls come over, they meet him, and Huda says, "Oh, I'm single, okay? I'm single." So she all happy. She's single, hoping she could redeem herself. So Sierra says that things are good with her and Nick, and she is open to explore. If somebody can pretty much pull her away from him, then she's open to exploring whatever that experience is going to be about. So Andrina is single. Okay, she's happy as well. Olandria says she's coupled up, but she is open. Chelley says that she and Ace have a strong connection, but she's also open. So the guys like, so everybody's open. Cool. That's where we at with it, right? Usually somebody, I feel like most people are open. I can't recall. Don't get me to saying stuff, girl. I can't recall whether a lot of people be open or closed or what by the time they get to Casa, but whatever. Ariana pulls up on the girls, and the girls learn that they are single and will couple up with new guys. All right, so they do this whole walk up, pop the balloon, and whatever pops out of the balloon, pick it up and read it. So Amaya goes first, and she has to kiss two islanders who look like they could change her type, and that was Chris and Zach. Now, Chris does this thing that I kind of don't like, but I guess that's what he does in the bedroom or whatever with the short girl. He likes to put his head down, kiss her, have her on her tippy toes, and then pick her up. And it's like, nigga, listen. Bitches' arches be hurting, okay? Standing on their tippy toes, their feet is probably cramping up. Is you gonna scoop them or is you not? Okay? They about to get a cramp in their foot trying to stand on their tippy toes to kiss your thick, tall. Scoop her up and do what you finna do. God damn, he did that with everybody. Like, I mean, is that some type of flex? Is that something that kink that turn the girls on or something like that? Like, boy, if you don't pick this girl up, her damn feet get to cramping or something. Anywho, so Huda so Huda does her thing, and she was asked to kiss two that she thinks would be the best kisser. So she picked Brian and Elon, right? Because she was really feeling Brian. She was sitting next to Brian. She was feeling Brian, and I don't know, that might be a connection later, but Brian got his eyes set somewhere else. Okay, so Sierra kissed two as well, two players who look like two guys who look like players, and she kissed Brian and Elon again. Okay, so they went up. That's her type. All right, so she had it planned out before she got up there. So I liked it because Elon is featuring Sierra, and it was great that she was interested in him too. And I'm like, boom, this is giving type all day. Let's see what you can do and see if you can actually pull her away from Nick. So I do hope Sierra full out explores this experience with Elon. So Olandria, hers was to kiss who caught her eye, and she kissed Elon, and she also kissed Chris. But that kiss that she gave to Elon, Olandria, your countryman might be white. Yes, ma'am. Your countryman, he might be a Caucasian. Okay, you might have to go over there. I'm just letting you know what you might have to do, bitch, okay? Because you and Taylor ain't never put it down like that. And Nick has given you that type of energy, but Nick is canceled. Okay? So when it comes to Elon, you might need to tap on that if Sierra don't want that man. Okay? Let's keep going. So Shelly, hers was to kiss the two who are her type on paper. So she kissed Zach, and Zach with a C, and Chris. All right. So Chris was really happy because Shelly was his type. I believe that is somebody that he was interested in from the beginning. Now, Iris, for hers was to kiss two guys who she'd like to get to know better, and that was Zach with a K, and that also was Chris. Okay. Now, Andrina's was to kiss two that would slide in her DM, so she kissed Zach with a C and Brian. All right. Brian acting like Jeremiah laughed my ass off. When he got over there in the confessionals being all excited and everything, I showed would slide her DMs. Oh my God. I said, girl, if this ain't Jeremiah 2.0. Okay. So the guys choose, and at the end of the day, no guy stood by Olandria or Amaya. Okay, so those guys did not stand beside him. JD says he sees the first JD stands with Huda, and he says he sees the fire in her and wants to get to know her soul or something like that. And I'm like, okay, we'll see. That I mean, I feel like those were some nice words, but I also feel like it's giving player just a little bit. Okay. Now let's get to Elon. Elon chooses Sierra, and Sierra says she wanted him too. I said, I know that's fucking right, girl. So then Olandria, nobody stood near her, and she said that's okay because you were supposed to stand next to the person that you felt gave the best kiss or whatever the case was. And she was like, I'm not so much as a physical person. You got to get to my mind first. It was what it was. Zach and Chris both chose Shelly, but I knew Shelly was gonna choose Chris. She did. All good. Zach, with a C, ended up choosing Iris. I feel like that works. I feel like he is her vibe in my personal. Brian chose Andrina, and Adreno, she wanted him too. And then Zach with a K ended up choosing Olandria after he had two options to pick Olandria or Amaya. And I was like, damn, poor Amaya again. Then she got the bad news that, hey, because you're single, you're now vulnerable. And within 24 hours, if you don't make a connection, baby girl, you're going to be dumped from this island. I say, damn, that's messed up, girl. I hate that for you. So then back at the villa, Coco talks about her convo with Taylor and how it was so good. And Taylor says that Coco is just an Olandria wrapped in another body. So I guess they both have the brains, but is she more beautiful or something than Olandria because the eye contact and a big ass smile so we can see the back of your teeth gives me a clear difference. But okay, so A says he's pulling everyone for a chat. That was his main goal from the beginning. He's gonna maintain that. So TJ tells Nick he's nervous because this could be his last night. Nick is oh yeah, so he's planning to go and talk to Jaden. So at some point he does pull her for a chat. Olandria is what? Oh, somebody asked Olandria if she felt like Taylor was gonna be cuddling another girl, and she said, I doubt it. We shall see. Taylor just might surprise your ass. And what's gonna be real interesting is if movie night comes right after this. Right after, so everybody gonna be seeing what the hell going on. So then TJ pulls Vanna for a chat. Small talk. It was cute. Olandria and Zach with a K. So he asked her about her type, and she says she doesn't have one. I said, you don't have one, but you've been over here hollering, hooping, screaming about a fucking country man for the longest. So she says she wants a person that's intentional. I said, oh, that's interesting because Taylor doesn't give intentional at all. At all. you are contradicting yourself, and I'm not liking it. So they are very close. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're very close with their mothers. That's what they say. Both of their mothers are single moms. Both of their mothers have 3 children. So they're able to connect and relate to each other on that level. So he tells her she's very wise, and he says that's why he chose her, and it's attractive. I also feel like he's not as physical. That's what, either he's not interested in Amaya as a whole, or he's not as physical, similar to Olandria. So I hope Olandria really takes the time and wholeheartedly really gets to know Zach, because he might end up being a better guy. Who knows? I don't. Okay. Um, she just needs to see for herself. So yeah, so she goes in the confessional and says that she likes him, the vibe and stuff with Zach is cool, but she really misses Taylor. And I said, girl, cut it out. She's talking like, if he over there cheating, she gonna be sick. When did he become your man? Didn't you just say that y'all was over there exploring, and now you over there talking about him potentially cheating on you? Girl, I feel like he been cheating on you this entire damn process, because his ass ain't that interested, for real, for real. And he been faking it. If he got to fake it in your damn face, it's giving cheating to me, a deceiver. So Chris and Chelley are talking, and he talks about his last relationship because she asked about it. He said it was tough because he was long distance. He's a professional basketball player overseas, obviously, and when you can't have that type of intimacy and connection and stuff, it can affect the relationship if it's not being given consistently or whatever, because they're in 2 different places. So he says, he does know what he wants for his future. When it comes to a woman, he wants somebody that's patient, goal driven, and also is a woman that cooks. And Shelly says she enjoys cooking. Like, it makes her happy to cook for people. He was like, oh, damn. Okay, that's what I like to hear. But I feel like the deal breaker for Shelly is going to be that he is a professional basketball player overseas. So if they were to get closer, I think she should ask him about, how do you feel about your partner coming to live with you overseas? Is that, I don't know where he plays. I don't know if that's something she would want to do or experience, because he got to have a home overseas or something, put himself up for a few months, right? She don't have no children, and if she's open to traveling and being there, would she be open to that experience? But I do feel like that may be a deal breaker for her, right? So then Shelly says that she'd be doing herself I guess a disservice, right, if she didn't explore Casa Amor. And I said, you 100% right. Please explore. Please talk to every single guy in there. So Amaya pulls Zach with a K for a chat, and I was here for it, and then it got weird. So she says she likes a bad boy. He said, oh, I'm retired. Okay. Zach brings up boundaries. I'm like, why are we talking about boundaries? This is weird. This is awkward. Why are we talking about boundaries? It's giving ace. And then says that she can call him names and stuff like that's cool. I said, but what are the boundaries though? I'm so confused. So Amaya says, well, I'm just asking based on my previous experiences and stuff. So I'm just trying to see, what's up. So he says he likes to banter and joke around. But then he also said, when you have a conversation with somebody one-on-one time alone, then something, it got to mumbling, and I didn't understand what he was saying. I guess he was trying to say you got to be serious. I believe you got to be more chill, because he did say he's a chill person. Like, he likes to joke around and banter and do all of that, but when it's time to have a one-on-one, he expects it to be, I guess, more chill and more serious. And when I was trying to put it together on what he was saying, I took it as he was probably feeling like her energy was too strong for him. That could have been it. He probably the energy meter could have been going off, and that's why he was saying what he was saying, because it was so weird how he said that. So she then says a kiss would be nice out of nowhere, and I was so like, I don't, either the conversation was awkward or the editing was terrible. It was one of the two, and I was so confused. Like, what did this man just say? He's not giving you anything inviting to show you he wants to even kiss you. Okay, this man said something about boundaries. And I don't remember her even asking him, what are your boundaries? It seemed like he just brought that out on his own. I was so confused. But anywho, she kissed him or whatever. He says he was 50-50 on kissing her before he kissed her. And then he went ahead and kissed her. And I felt like he did that because he didn't want to be rude to her any further. So that's why he did it. Because he then followed it up with keeping it PG. And I'm like, huh? Not you that brought your ass on Casa Amor and Love Island, USA, talking about some keeping it PG. Something about that. He's not interested, love. He's not. Just go to the next one. You try next person. So Andrina says her time in the villa has been hard. She says she was sad, and then came in Brian, and now she's happy. I said, baby, bring Jeremiah in now. Cue the lights. Yes, dark over here, walk in, dramatic, surprise her. Matter of fact, hold that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna wake her up, tell her she has a date. We're gonna wake her up in the middle of Casa Amor. She's gonna go down to the beach and she's gonna see Jeremiah. Okay? And she's gonna have to bring him back to the villa. Hello? Like, I don't know what y'all need to do, but I say if y'all don't bring Jeremiah back, because this was a throuple that I am interested in seeing. I do think Brian is attractive. I do think Andrina looks cute with him. I also thought she looked good with Jeremiah too. I'm like, oh baby, this is something I would have loved to have seen. But I don't know. I don't know if Jeremiah is going to be coming back. I know a lot of people are talking about it. I know that they have done something like that in the past. I would love to see it. I would love to see it, right? I don't want her to get her connection too deep in with Brian. If they are considering bringing Jeremiah back, I don't want her connection to get too deep in on Brian before they bring Jeremiah back. Should that have been the case? So, anywho, he said he's looking for a fun, family-oriented, yet calm woman. And she says that she likes a tall man with dark features, pretty much describing him. And then they kissed. And I said, okay, y'all cute. But what I will say is that kiss ain't have on the kiss that she and Jeremiah had. Baby, that was giving a different type of passion, energy. I don't think Jeremiah kissed Huda like that. Okay, I said, let's go. Now, back at the villa, we see where Nick pulls Jaden for a chat, and she talks about being having type 1 diabetes, and he's talking about how he could really help her as a nurse and stuff, and then says he likes her quirkiness and her weirdness and believes a connection is there. I think a connection may be there, but we'll have to see how this going to play out for them. Hopefully, I mean, girl, ain't no hopefully. I really don't care what happens with them, whether it works out or not. Because for me personally, it's just a wrap on them three. Girl, y'all could go ahead and box it up, girl. Tic Tac and told you the fuck out of here. Really, that's what it's giving. But that's all I got. I just wanted to come and give you guys my thoughts on this Casa Amor. I wasn't wowed or super excited like I was expecting to be. And I think that the elimination of Jeremiah took a lot. I think it took a lot. Like, damn. And I ain't even really much like Jeremiah that much for real. It just really was how it was done. And those three feeling like they got that much power in the villa type thing. Like, oh, hell no. So now they saw we get Jeremiah out. So now everybody, they need to be trying to be cool with us and follow our lead. Because if not, they could probably get eliminated too. It was giving them type of vibes. And I cringe. I hate it so much. Okay, to see certain people on this show continue to be rewarded and continue to have the experience when I don't think they should. But leave your thoughts and comments down below. That's all that I have. I'm Jamie. That's me. And of course, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters. I'm silent. Nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification. Them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM. And the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF. Got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up. I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man? They say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film. I can feel it pool.